Hey guys, this is Keith at Casual Car Audio, and this video is going to be about time alignment. Sorry for the delay in uploading. My wife got COVID, and there was a COVID breakout at my kids' center, so they've had to stay home for the past couple weeks, and it's just been kind of crazy around the house. But um, anyways, let's move on to time alignment. So with this, you're going to need a couple things. You're going to need an RTA microphone. You're going to need an app that I'm going to link down in the video description that's going to allow us to be able to play test tones at a specific frequency. And we'll obviously need that connected to your head unit. Then we're going to need a laptop, obviously, and then we're going to need your DSP. This is just kind of a quick and dirty way of being able to set this up. Any professional or pro is probably going to be recording it while sitting inside the car. I just have the microphone set up by my headrest. I'm not quite that advanced yet, but this will get a damn good sound, and it's going to sound like the band's pretty much just playing right in front of you. So you just have to follow these steps exactly like I am, okay? And I promise you're going to love the results. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with our left tweeter and our left mid, and this is assuming that you have a three-way setup, okay? So we're going to start with the left tweeter and the left mid. We are going to go ahead and mute all channels except for those two channels. All right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to set our mid-range out of phase. And then what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to go and you're going to need to play a test tone right at your crossover frequency. So for me, my mids cross over to my tweeters at 4200 hertz, and I am playing a test tone of exactly 4200 hertz. Okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to observe the decibel reading that we get in REW EQ Wizard with our mic. So let me go ahead and click record. And we are going to adjust the timing on this until we get it to the absolute lowest decibel point. So let me show you. So we're going to go ahead and adjust the left tweeter time until it gets to the lowest point. And you'll have to play with this because you might have to adjust it up or you might have to adjust it down. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go right. See how it's crawling up? Now it's going down and then it's crawling back up. So, and by the way, I've already measured all of my speakers. As you can see, my left tweeter is at 32 inches, my right's at 48, left mid's at 47, right mid's 59, etc., etc. You need to have these all measured first before you do this. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to adjust the left tweeter, and we're going to adjust either up or down, and we want to try and get it to its lowest point. Now you'll have to play with this because either sometimes you'll need to adjust it down or you'll need to adjust it up. So you can see that as I'm moving it left, it's going up and up and up, okay? So I'm actually going to go back to the right until it keeps going down. And right there I hit it, okay? So I'm going to go back one. It looks like right here is the lowest point, all right? So that's the left tweeter. We can go ahead and put our left mid back in phase, and we're going to mute both of these channels. All right, now we're going to move on to the left mid and the left mid bass. And this time we're going to have to set it to the frequency where the mid bass passes over to the mid. In my case, it's 500 hertz. So let me go change the test tone. All right, so got it set to 500 hertz now, the test tone. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go to our left mid bass, and we're going to set that out of phase. And then what we're going to do is we're going to keep adjusting the left mid bass until it reaches its lowest point. It looks like as I move it to the right, it's going lower and lower and lower. Let's find that lowest point. Okay, it looks like it's starting to go back up now, so I'm going to creep back. Alright, that was my lowest point right there. Now we'll go ahead and flip our left mid bass back into phase, and we'll go ahead and mute both of those channels. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and adjust our left tweeter and our right tweeter. So again, we're going to want to go back and play our test tone where the mid passes off to the tweeter, which for mine it's 4200. So I'm going to go ahead and unmute both of those and play that test tone. Alright, now here I'm going to go ahead and flip my left tweeter out of phase. I'm going to go to my time correction, and I'm going to keep adjusting my right tweeter until the decibel reading hits its lowest point. Alright, so let's see. Alright, we're going down, we're going down. Ooh, we went down quick there. Okay, see? Right there, it hits its lowest, really low point, and then it jumps back up when I adjust it. So I go to the right here, boom, lowest point. Alright, now left tweeter, we can go ahead and put that back into phase, and we can mute both of these channels. Alright, now we're going to move on to the right tweeter and the right mid. So we will unmute the right tweeter and the right mid. In this case, it's still, the test tone's still at the 4200 hertz. We're going to go ahead and put our right mid-range out of phase. And now we're going to keep adjusting our right tweeter. So that's good. So we can go ahead and flip our right mid back into phase, and we can mute both these channels. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and set our timing for the right mid and the right mid bass. So we will unmute the right mid bass, and we'll go back to setting our test tone to where the mid bass passes over to the mid range. Again, mine's 500 hertz, so let me go set it to that. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and flip our right mid bass out of phase. We're going to go to time correction, and we're going to keep adjusting our right mid bass until it reaches its lowest point. Yeah, now it's really starting to go down. Right there's the lowest point. Okay, now we can go ahead and flip this back out of phase, or back into phase rather, and we can mute both of these channels. Alright, finally we're going to go ahead and adjust our mid bass and subwoofer. So this time we're actually going to be muting all channels except for both mid bass and the subwoofer. Alright, and then what we're going to do is we're going to set the test tone to where the subwoofer passes over to the mid bass, which in my case is 80 hertz. Okay, so now we're going to be adjusting this. We're going to go ahead and set our subwoofer out of phase. And this time we're going to be adjusting our subwoofer's time alignment. Now in my case, I went ahead and put, because the subwoofer is these two channels here, I have them under the same delay group. So as you can see, I put it at 70 inches. We want to make sure that we're adjusting both at the same time. So let's keep adjusting this until we hit until the decibel reading hits its lowest point, which, if I remember correctly, last time I did this I had to keep increasing it. See? At 80 hertz there, it's going down, it's going down, it's going down. And now it's starting to creep back up. See that? So now we need to go back until we get our lowest point. Alright, right there. Alright, so now we can go ahead and put our subwoofer back in phase. And that is it. So we've worked our way around through all the speakers. And I know it seems really weird flipping the polarities and checking the decibel reading, but trust me, it works. Go ahead and give this a try, and please let me know how it goes for you in the comment section below. When I first did this to my system, it blew me away. I mostly listen to rock music, and it just my sound system just came alive after I did this. So thanks guys for tuning in. Next video I am going to be doing a more in-depth video on how to actually tune your system with the parametric EQ. I did upload a video a while ago and I have learned a lot since then, and I made a lot of rookie mistakes. So look forward to that video here soon. Take care, guys.